Good morning guys. In this video we will see how to construct a parabola using the AutoCAD software. So first we will see the question. Construct a parabola with the distance of focus from the directrix as 50 mm. Draw normal and a tangent to the curve at a point 40 mm from the directrix. So open the software and set the units and the limits, then boundary. Then we will start how to construct a parabola. So first type line command. So first step is to draw the directrix. Selecting here, I'm going to give some 150 mm. This is I'm setting randomly. If you want 200, you can also set 200. Okay. Next line. Then mark the focus from the midpoint of the directrix. So this is my midpoint. You can able to see a triangle. And then move to the right. The distance given as 50 mm. So 50 mm. So next we have to mark the focus. I'm going to type a text. I'm going to click somewhere. And then going to specify the height as the 2.5. Angle of rotation 0 space. Now the cursor will blink. So I'm going to give F. Click outside. I'm going to give vertex V. So again click outside and press escape. Now right click. I'm going to zoom to increase its scale. I can show so the value is a positive one. So it is too big. So again click. Again click the F. Right click. Scale. Click this green mouse and reduce the scale. So I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to place the focus. So first I will increase the scale and then I will move the focus. Okay. Click, then move the focus toward the focus point. Let's switch off the ortho mode so that we can move in any direction. Similarly, vertex we haven't marked yet. So first we will mark the vertex and then we will move the letter B to that vertex. So in case of parabola, we have to divide this line into two parts, two equal parts. Whereas in the case of ellipse, we divide it based on the eccentricity value. So here for parabola, eccentricity is 1. So we are going to divide this into two equal parts. So before dividing, give a name for this vertex. So Control C, Control V. I'm going to name this point as D. Now I'm going to divide this line into two. DIV. Select the object. Number of block 2. So it is not. You have to change the point style. It is not visible. So change the point style from point to X mark. Okay. So you have got the X mark here. Now this X mark exactly divide this line into two equal parts. Now what you have to do? I'm going to place this, move this vertex to this point. This is going to be my vertex. So next what you have to do, draw a vertical line from the vertex whose length should be equal to distance between the vertex and the focus. That means VF. So again line command, specify the first point, move in the vertical direction. So to ensure a straight line, switch on the ortho mode. and give what is VF. VF is 25 this case. So once you give the VF, next what you have to do, you have to extend this line from the focus for 100 mm. So I'm going to click this is the start point of my line, first point. I'm going to extend for 100 mm. 100 mm is enough for parabola. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset this vertical line 10 mm. Offset this vertical. Offset, specify this is 10 mm. Select this line, move to the right again. You get 10 or 11 lines, so that is enough. So I got don't consider this the line on the vertex. Okay, apart from that line you have to make some 10 or 11 lines. So 10 lines. So 10 line is enough. So what you do, your 10th line, you extend this 10th line for another 100 mm. Go to the line, going to click here. So I'm going to extend it for another 100 mm. Now what you have to do, now again line, select this T point and connect this vertex, switch off the ortho mode. So connect this line. So I'm going to put a name for that point. Control C, Control V. So I'm going to name it as P. So next what you have to do, next I'm going to extend this line up to this line. So while extending, make sure that this fence should be within your visible range, within your this visible area. If it is like this, then this line won't extend because this is going out of the window. So before extending, make sure that the fence line is within your visible range or within the visible range of this window. Okay. So now give the extend command. This first select the fence, then press space. Now select the object which you have to extend. So now I extended up to this point. Okay. Press escape. Now you have to extend each line. Okay, till this slanting line. So again extend. Select the boundary. Then select the object. After selecting, you press space and then select each line which you want to extend. The version I am using is 2013. In the latest version 2024, you don't have to select the fence. You can select the objects which you want to extend. It will extend up to the nearest boundary, nearest fence. Okay. Once you extend all the line, press escape. Now you mark, give name to each line. Okay. So I'm going to click this F, Control C, Control V. I'm going to place at each point. So here the focus is in between these two lines. So I'm going to put a point at that focus. So it's not confusing. Okay. This is going to be my focus. Put a point on that. So now I'm going to name all the lines. Control C, Control V. I'm going to place for this point also. change this to 1. It's going to be 1 dash. 2, 3. Just double click the letter. Okay. So once you give name to all the lines, next thing you have to cut arc at the each line. Okay. So type circle, specify the center, take this one as center, extend up to 1 dash, then move the circle to the focus and cut a arc. This. Then again move the circle to the 2, expand up to 2 dash, again move the circle to the focus, again PO, then zoom and cut a arc. So now what, it is very small, right? So what you are going to do, go to utilities, point style, you set in absolute units. Okay. If it is very big, you change the scale to 4. So if you set at absolute unit, it won't change relative to the screen size. Okay, so you will get the exact absolute units. You get that cross mark at absolute units. Next, click the circle, move to the point 3, and expand up to 3 dash. Again, you move back to the focus. Zoom and put a point. Okay. Otherwise, you will put a point at the wrong place. Okay. Zoom and then put the mark at the correct at the intersection. Okay. So again, select the circle, move to the point 4, drag up to 4 dash. Again, move back to the focus. Again, type PO. The point at the intersection. Similarly, you repeat until 8 line. 8 line is enough. Don't go beyond 8. Okay. Before cutting the arc, you have to move the circle back to the focus and then you have to make that. So even 7 is enough. Okay. If you want, you can go up to 8. Don't go beyond 8. Okay. So once you got all the points, so delete this circle and you have to get this point at the bottom also. So you can use the option called mirror. So first select the points. Selected all the 7 points. Into mirror, paste. So asking the first point, I'm going to select this point. Asking the second point in the same horizontal line, you select anywhere. Okay. Now you have to give no. So I got the point at the bottom also. Okay. Now you have to use this spline command. You have to connect all the points. So while connecting the points, you zoom and then connect so that you can connect at the exact point location. So you can pan the window when any option is on. Okay. So after once you joined all the points, connect all the points, just press space. Now we got the parabola. Okay. If this boundary line is intersecting, click and delete that one. Now one part of the question is over. The next part is they are asking to draw the normal and tangent to the curve at 40 mm from the directrix. What do you do? Take a line. Click here. Okay. Click on the directrix line. That is your start point, and then move 40 mm. Switch on the ortho mode. Click 40 mm. So from that end point, you draw a vertical line so that it should intersect with the curve at any one point. Okay. So it is intersecting the curve at this point. Okay. So the line, I didn't get a straight line. Okay, so I'm going to delete it. Switch on the ortho mode and then put this line. Okay, this point it is intersecting, right? I'm going to put a point at that intersection. I got a point. I'm going to give a name to that point. Just going to be my K. So once you mark the point, you don't need this line. So delete that line. This line. So next, take a line and join this K to the focus. Switch off the F8. Next, you have to draw a line that should be perpendicular to this KF line and it should intersect with the directrix. Okay, it should intersect with the directrix. So I am going to rotate this line. Go to the rotate option. It is asking to select the objects. I am going to select this object. Space. It is asking the base point. I am going to select this as this base F as focus point as the base point. Now click copy and then give the angle. The angle should be 270 degree. So the software reads the angle in the anti-clockwise direction. So I'm going to give 270 degree. So now I got the line. Now I'm going to extend this line up to the directrix. So again extend. Select the object. Select the fence. So I'm going to select this line as a fence. Space and then this line. So it extends up to this point, this directrix. I'm going to give a name to this line, to this point. Control C. Put a letter here. Double click. Put T. Okay. T for tangent. So now click the line and we have to connect this T and the point T and the point K. So once you connect, next what you have to do, you have to extend this line. So for extension, what I am going to do, I am going to rotate this line, this TK line 180 degrees, so that I can get I can extend this tangent beyond K. Okay. So I am going to put line. So no, rotate. I am going to rotate. Okay. Rotate. Select the object. This object I am going to select. Press space. It is asking the base. Specify the base point. I am going to click K. Now click copy and then give the angle as 180 degree. So now we got the tangent. I am going to mark the end point of the tangent as T dash. Control C, Control V. I am going to place here. Double click this double click this T and put T dash. T dash is going to be your tangent. Now we have to draw the normal. For that I am going to rotate this line 90 degree. So click rotate option, select this object, press space. Now it has to specify the base point. I'm going to specify K as the base point. Now copy. Now it is rotating the anti-clockwise, so I am just going to give 90 degree. So I got a line. So I want to extend this line beyond K in this right side. So what I am going to, again I am going to rotate this line by 180 degree. Rotate. Select this line. Press space. This is base point. Select this point as base point and copy and give 180 degree. So I got this line. This is going to be my normal. So I am going to give name. Control. I am going to copy this D. Control C. Control V. I am putting here. And another one here. Double click this one. Put N. Double click this one and put N dash. That's it. I've got the parabola. Thank you.